Welcome into Illinois Tech University for today's Illinois Tech's men's volleyball tri-match featuring Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, the MSOE Raiders, and the Wabash Little Giants. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Aaron Schellen, and Game 1 will feature the Scarlet Hawks and the MSOE Raiders. Scarlet Hawks come in 6-9 on the season. They've won 2 in a row. 3-1 in NACC play this year, while the Raiders 5-8 on the regular season, but 4-0 in conference play. They've won a handful of games in a row as well. Both teams coming in playing some pretty good volleyball. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the MSOE Raiders, led by Shane Reed. They will start. The outside hitters will be the junior 6'1" Seth Thomas out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. On the other side, Antonio Iona Baez, the sophomore out of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. The opposite hitter, Callan Harris, leads the team in kills. Parker Rings gets the start at setter, and then Matthew Schultz, the sophomore out of Antioch, Illinois, and the senior Tommy Klaus out of Kimberly, Wisconsin are your middle blockers. Libero, looks like it's going to be James Zipke. It was Jackson Phillips. Jackson is the only libero listed on the roster, but he appears to not be with the team. I see him down at the end, not wearing the libero jersey, though, so it looks like it's going to be James Zipke getting the start at libero. And for Illinois Tech, their starting lineup looks like this. Elijah Johnson, the junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, gets the start alongside Paul Henderson, the junior out of Steilacoom, Washington. Raul Matos, the freshman outside hitter out of Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. Riley Late, the senior out of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Jelani Komodo, the 6'5" junior out of Alpharetta, Georgia. And Colton Farrell, the 6'6" sophomore out of San Diego. Those are your starters for the Scarlet Hawks. Libero is listed as Alec Donald, the senior out of Lansing, and Zachary Buss, the 5'11" sophomore out of Macungie, Pennsylvania. So those are the starting lineups. Both teams lining up along the nets, and we'll get to it here in just a second. Scarlet Hawks last played on Wednesday. That was a 3-game sweep over Rockford. That was a 17, 22, and 23 sweep for the Scarlet Hawks. And on the other side for MSOE, they also last played on the 5th. That was a 3-game sweep over Wisconsin Lutheran up in Milwaukee in conference play. This MSOE team has played pretty well as of late. They've only lost 3 sets in conference play. 2 sets in conference play. They've won 12, lost only 2 sets in conference play. In their last 5 matches, 15 set wins, only 3 losses. So they're playing some good volleyball right now. So it'll be Alec Donald getting the start at libero for the Scarlet Hawks, and James Zipke is out there for MSOE. Donald out there with Matos, Henderson, Late, Komodo, and Elijah Johnson for the Scarlet Hawks. You got Callan Harris, Tommy Claus, Antonio Iona Baez, Seth Thomas, Parker Rings, and James Zipke for MSOE. I think we're finally ready to go. And doing some work on the net there as it appeared to be a little bit uneven. I think we're all set and ready to go here, though, for Game 1 of Set 1 of this tri-match here on the campus of Illinois Tech, MSOE, and Wabash this afternoon. This will be Parker Rings on the initial serve for MSOE. And that kill attempt goes long off the arm of Riley Late. I'm going to say that hit the back line. So back line point, that'll be 1-0 Scarlet Hawks. And now Elijah Johnson. 24 aces this season for Elijah. Over on the far side, that's tipped by Jelani Komodo off the hands of Tommy Claus. That'll be a point for the Raiders. 1-1 here in the early going. Now Seth Thomas. 10 aces for Seth this year. 28 service errors, make it 29 as he puts that one right into the net. 2-1. Now Riley late, his first service attempt. Save there by Zipke. And that will go wide off the hands of Klaus. 3-1 Illinois Tech with the early lead. Late again. This one's right at the net. Bit of miscommunication there by the Raiders. Put up in the air by Parker Rings and Claus and Yona Baez. A little bit of miscommunication along that far side. So 4-1 here. Scarlet Hawks in the early going. Late with his third serve, and that one will go long. So that's a service error for Riley, his 37th of the season. 4-2 Hawks. And now Claus. That goes long as well. Alec Donald lets it go. A couple of early substitutions. Aaron Haney in along with Colton Farrell. And Komodo and Donald will go to the bench. Here is Aaron Haney. Sophomore to Brownsburg, Indiana. The lefty serve. Almost an ace. Set to the back line. Zipke. Free ball here for Illinois Tech. Johnson to Farrell, who drives it home. And there's another point for Illinois Tech here in the early going. Scarlet Hawks looking sharp out of the chute here, up 6-2 in the early going. Annie again, the 6'4" sophomore. That hard dipping left-hand serve right at the net. Blocked there by Farrell. Now on the far side, Yona Baez puts it over. Now Illinois Tech blocked back. Saved by Late. Now on the near side, driven down by Matos. That's brought back. Illinois Tech will get another chance here. Saved again. Nice save on the far side by Zipke. One more time. Taking a little bit off that one is Paul Henderson. And he picks up the point for Illinois Tech. Good rally there. But Illinois Tech with another point. They're up 7-2 here early. For Paul, kill number 69 on the season, averaging about a kill and a quarter per set. MSOE has it blocked back nicely by Matos and Farrell. Johnson now. Haney. Matos has it blocked, gets it back again. Pops it up in the air. Johnson. Henderson. That's tipped in the air. Hard ball there, and that's going to be played outside the pole, so that'll be a point for Illinois Tech. They're up 8-2. We get a quick timeout here on the court by MSOE. They don't like what they see. They trail 8-2 here in the early going. Scarlet Hawks coming out strong here in the first part of set one. They're up 8-2 here in the early going. We're ready to go, and this will be Aaron Haney with another serve. This will be 4 in a row for Aaron. Dugout there. And that will be a kill for Matthew Schultz as he finds the back near corner, making it 8-3. Komodo back in along with Donald. This will be Callan Harris on the serve for MSOE. Save there. Henderson, the lefty. Harris to the back line. Pushed forward, saved by Illinois Tech. Donald. From the middle back is late. And again, more miscommunication from MSOE on that back line. Picks up a point for the Scarlet Hawks. They're up 9-3. Now Paul Henderson on the serve. Paul, the junior out of Steliacum, Washington, as that goes just long. So there's a service error for Paul. Number 17 on the season. Illinois Tech this year, 103 aces, 168 service errors. MSOE on the other side, 71 aces, 174 service errors. And that's going to be number 175 if as it's put long by Yona Baez. And Illinois Tech up 10-4 here in set number 1. Raul Matos now. Just one ace this year for Raul. Zipke to the front line. Thomas drives it down. Seth Thomas picks up kill number 97 on the season. Checking in for MSOE is Tommy Claus. Zipke will go to the bench in a 10-5 first set. This is Matthew Schultz, the sophomore from Antioch. Way up in the air. That's going to be right at the net. Dug out nicely by Donald down to the near side and driven home by Riley Late. Good start to this match for Riley. That's kill number 3 already. Farrell and Donald to the bench. Komodo back out there. Now Eli Sherman, the senior from Palatine, with his first serve of the match. Down to the far side. There's another kill for Seth Thomas. 11-6 here in the first set. Parker Rings just tried to drop it over, was Elijah Johnson. Komodo, and there's a kill off the left hand to Paul Henderson, and it's 12-6. Both Henderson and Elijah Johnson were right there, but it's going to go to Paul. Komodo will pick up the assist. Here's a hard serve to the back line by Johnson. Late. Johnson back to Late. And that'll be another point for Illinois Tech. Elijah Johnson leading Illinois Tech in assists this year, averaging over 6 a set. He's got 4 so far here in set number 1. And here's a big serve from Johnson. Down here in front of us, and that's going to go long and wide off the hand of Seth Thomas. That'll be a point for Thomas. I got a bad angle from where I'm sitting. Looked like it was long and wide. That'll be a point for MSOE in a 13-7 first set. Here is Thomas. Donald, Johnson, far side. Late hammers it home. Really good start for the senior Riley Late. He picks up kill number 5 here in set 1. Hawks doubling up MSOE here in the early going, 14-7. Here is Late. Rings down to the near side. Nice dig out there by Johnson off the hit from Rings. Now it's dropped over by Harris, and we got Illinois Tech in the net. It's going to be a point for MSOE, 14-8 here in the first set. So the Illinois Tech versus MSOE, and then MSOE will take on Wabash in the second game, and then Illinois Tech will come back out to take on Wabash to end the afternoon. Here's Jelani Komodo, his kill attempt into the top of the net. So back-to-back points here for MSOE, makes it 14-9. Klaus with an absolutely fantastic mustache puts it into the net for the service error. Aaron Haney and Colton Farrell back in for Donald and Komodo. And this will be Aaron Haney to serve for Illinois Tech, up 15-9. Haney had 4 consecutive serves earlier in the set. Good run for Illinois Tech there, and he picks up an ace. Aaron Haney, his 3rd ace of the season. 16-9 Illinois Tech. Haney again. Rings. Driven home by Callan Harris. Callan Harris averaging about 3 kills a set for MSOE. That's his 3rd of this set, so right in line with his season numbers. Raiders down 16-10. This is Harris. Matos to the back line, gets it back, and did that hit a finger? I don't think it did. So that'll be a point for MSOE. 16-11 as the Raiders make this a little bit closer here in set number 1. Harris again, 17 aces this year for Callan, 32 errors. Gets a piece of the net. Johnson, back row late. MSOE now dropped over, saved at the net by Farrell. Now Henderson. MSOE, bit of a mishit there, but they get the point as Matthew Schultz, looked like that rolled off his fingers, but over the head of the front line and in front of the back line at 16-12 now. Harris puts that one long. Error number 33 on the season for Callan, and it's 17-12, Scarlet Hawks. Paul Henderson will serve now. Lefty puts it over. Dug there by Matos to Farrell, and Colton Farrell picks up the point for Illinois Tech, 18-12. Henderson, that downward spin, good save there. Pushed over by Schultz. Illinois Tech gets a chance. Matos rings. Yona Baez. Dug out by Henderson. Late. Matos has it blocked back. Johnson. Donald. Matos again. This time Raul gets the point. Lets out a big yelp. 19-12 Illinois Tech. Good rally there. Raul on his 3rd attempt, able to pick up the points. Henderson, another serve. Popped up in the air, rings. Pushed to the back line, or excuse me, pushed to the front line. It was blocked back and then bumped up into the net by Callan Harris. So Hawks first to 20 here, 20-12. Set number 1, checking in for the first time, Jackson Phillips. Seth Thomas will check out. Jackson listed as a libero on their roster, but coming out there in the red jersey, the sophomore out of Burlington, Wisconsin, with his team down 8 here in the first set. There's Henderson again, serve number 4 for Paul. And there is Phillips, pushed to the front line, knocked down by Farrell. Colton Farrell using every bit of that 6'6" frame to block that one back. And it's 21-12. Henderson puts that one just a bit long, 21-13. Good run for Paul. It goes back to MSOE. Seth Thomas back in. Jackson Phillips back out. This is Antonio Yona Baez. Johnson to Farrell, who finishes. Colton Farrell with his third kill of the first set. Colton averages about a kill and a half per set. He's got 3 so far here. Illinois Tech on the verge of set 1. They're up 22-13. This is Matos. High up in the air. Down to the far side. Thomas blocked back again by Colton Farrell. Sophomore having himself a first set. Colton Farrell here, a couple of blocks, 3 kills already. And the Scarlet Hawks are 2 points away from a set 1 victory. Here's Matos again. Rings. Thomas. And Seth Thomas picks up another kill here for MSOE, number 4 of set number 1 for the junior out of Wauwatosa. 23-14. Matthew Schultz, the sophomore at Antioch, will serve here. Johnson, late, and that's going to go well wide into the seats. Puts his hands over his mouth as if to say, oops. Matthew Schultz serving 9th in NACC play and hit percentage this year, over 31%. Looking to get his team back into it. That goes long, and it's set point here in set 1, 24-15, Illinois Tech. Komodo checks back in, along with Eli Sherman. Eli looking to finish it off right here. Senior from Palatine. Drops the serve over, Rings. Matos, Johnson, late, and that is set number 1. Illinois Tech will take set 1, 25-15. We'll be back for set 2 in just a minute. Back for set 2. Scarlet Hawks took set 1, 25-15. Riley Late, 6 kills, 3 digs in that first set. Elijah Johnson, 8 assists and to go along with 3 digs. On the other side for MSOE, Seth Thomas had 4 kills. Callan Harris had 12 kills in that first set. For Illinois Tech, just 3 attacking errors. On the other side, 9 kills for MSOE and 6 attacking errors. 6 service errors for MSOE in set 1. 3 for Illinois Tech, and the Scarlet Hawks had the only ace in that first set. That was Aaron Haney. So we'll start set number 2, and Elijah Johnson will get things started for us. He'll be out there with Komodo and Late, Henderson, Donald, and Raul Matos. Blocked there by Komodo, saved by Thomas. Rings back to Thomas, and Thomas puts it long. So Scarlet Hawks up 1-0. And it'll be Rings, Klaus, Zipke, Kuban, Seth Thomas, and Callan Harris. Here is Rings, tipped over, dug out beautifully by Elijah Johnson. Saved back, MSOE right at the net, tipped up in the air by Komodo. Johnson, Komodo finds some space, but Harris is there. Johnson again, and that one is in for Seth Thomas. They keep going to number 1. That's his 5th kill of the match. It's 1-1. So the freshman, Gregory Kuban from Mount Prospect, Illinois, is checked in for the first time for MSOE. Here's Johnson. Late. Once again, Riley Late. Picks up a kill, number 7 of the match, and it's 2-1. Illinois Tech, and Riley will serve here. Late puts that one long, a little bit too much on that for Riley, and that will be a service error, number 37 on the season, as Phillips checks in for Thomas for MSOE. Jackson Phillips will serve here. He didn't play in their last match. He's 4th in conference play in digs per set. 5'11" sophomore. Johnson. Henderson with the kill. Paul Henderson picks up his 3rd kill. And Elijah will pick up another assist. He's into double digits. Just something he is used to. He's eclipsed 20 assists 12 times already this season. Rings. Callan Harris, a little too much mustard on that one, and Scarlet Hawks up 5-2 here in set 2. There's Aaron Haney. Haney's done most of his damage from that back line so far today. He's been out there for a couple of good runs, but this time, Tommy Claus will pick up the point for MSOE to make it 4-3. Komodo back in. Haney out. Or Komodo is not in, excuse me. Looks like Donald is in. There's Claus with the serve, catches the nets, and it's off the hands of Riley. That'll be a service ace for MSOE. For Tommy Claus, that'll be ace number 15 of this season. A 4-4 match here in set 2. It's right at the nets. Again, right at the net, punched up in the air by Johnson, and there's Paul Henderson again. Henderson and Late having a good set plus here, kill number 4 for Paul. And he'll serve. And it's kicked up in the air, and that'll be a free ball for Illinois Tech. Tipped up in the air, Henderson. And that's blocked back off the hands of Farrell by Matthew Schultz. And it's 5-5. Nicely done by MSOE on that last on that last rally. The save with the finger, with the toenail to keep that ball alive. It's right at the net. Johnson is able to get into it. Pushed towards the net. Schultz up and over. Johnson. Late. It's blocked over by us. That'll be a point for Illinois Tech. Ball comes over to me. I'm a multi-purpose broadcaster. I got to help out the officials here. 6-5 Scarlet Hawks. Here's Raul Matos now. Matos picks up an ace. First ace for Raul. He's had a good game so far. He's got a kill, 5 digs, picks up his first service ace, and gives the Hawks a 2-point lead here, 7-5. This time, though, into the net for the freshman from Puerto Rico, 7-6. Serve to the Raiders as Thomas is in, Phillips is out, and Gregory Kuban will serve here for the Raiders. Johnson, Henderson puts it to space, Rings saves, Harris, Thomas, Matos saves, Johnson now late, and that'll be another point for Illinois Tech. Eight, 6. Eli Sherman has checked in and will serve here for the Scarlet Hawks, who are up 8-6 in the second set. They won set 1, 25-15. Rings, Johnson, easy point, or excuse me, Thomas, easy point for Seth Thomas. Kill number 6 for Seth, and it's 8-7. Now Matthew Schultz. Johnson, late. Riley absolutely kills that one. Give late 10 kills on the afternoon. It's back to a 2-point lead for Illinois Tech at 9-7. Here's Rings. Finds Klaus, and I think put that one long, or wide rather. He did put it wide, so it's 10-7 now, Hawks. Another serve for Elijah Johnson, 24 aces this year. Rings over to the far side, Callan Harris with the easy point down the far sideline, 10-8. Callan Harris leads MSOE in kills this season, averaging just over 3 a set. He's got 3 so far here this afternoon. Henderson tries to punch it over with the left hand. Bit of a miss hit, I think, off his palm. So Raiders back within a point here at 10-9. Parker Rings. Johnson to Komodo, and Jelani hooks it long, or hooks it wide rather, and it evens the score at 10. 3 straight points rattled off here for MSOE. He rings again. Henderson, Johnson, late, blocked back, and Elijah Johnson's able to fight it over. Saved there by Matos. Here's Johnson, here's Henderson. Zipke, and into the nets is MSOE, so it's a point for Illinois Tech. 11-10 Hawks. Riley late on the serve here. Dug out by Thomas. And that will go wide off the left hand of Matos. 11-11. Riley already had 10 kills here in the second set. His season high 22. was against Concordia, Wisconsin. This is now his 10th match already of the season where he's had at least 10 kills, and we're about halfway through, potentially, maybe not even halfway through. Henderson way up in the air, and that's going to come down on the Illinois Tech side of the net, so that'll be a point for the Scarlet Hawks, 12-11. It can hit the rafters as long as it doesn't come down on the opposite side of the net, and for MSOE, they were the ones who punched it up in the air. Came down on the Illinois Tech side. Here's Haney now to serve. Haney will pick up an ace. Aaron Haney. Ace number 2 of the match. Number 7 on the year. Illinois Tech back up 2. Haney back-to-back aces. Attacking the middle of that MSOE defense. 14-11. Haney again. Make it 3 in a row. Aaron Haney came in with 5 service aces on the year. He's got 4 here through a set and a half, and MSOE wants to talk about it. 3 straight aces for Aaron Haney will send us to a timeout. Illinois Tech up 15-11 here in set number 2. The sophomore Aaron Haney out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Didn't play a whole lot last year as a freshman. Came into play today, having played 42 sets this season, 5 aces on the year, 5 service errors. He's got 4 aces here today. He's put his team up 4 as he's had 3 straight aces. This one will be returned by MSOE. That's Callan Harris finding the back line and breaking that run for Illinois Tech. MSOE down 15-12 here in set 2. This will be Tommy Claus. 6'5" senior. Saved by Johnson. Donald. Put over by Matos. Free ball for MSOE. Tipped over, and that will find that far sideline, Callan Harris. Brings MSOE back within 2. Back-to-back points here for Harris. 15-13 set 2. It'll be a tough one. Johnson's able to save it nicely, though. Another free ball for MSOE. Rings. Kuban. It's dug out by Johnson. Matos through the double team block. Raul Matos with the kill and puts Tech up 16-13. Second kill of the match for Raul. And that's put into the net by Henderson, the service error. Makes it 16-14 here in this best of 5. Callan Harris to serve. A season high 17 kills in their match against Wisconsin Lutheran on Wednesday. Henderson finds the back line, so he makes up for that service error with a kill along the back line to put his team up 3 at 17-14 now. Here's Matos on the serve, the freshman, Raul Matos. That will go long. Service error by Illinois Tech. Makes it 17-15. It'll be the 7th service error of the match for Illinois Tech. MSOE with 6, and they were all in that first set. Here's Kuban on the serve, and just as I say that, there's the first service error here of set 2 for the Raiders, 18-15. Eli Sherman back in to serve. Eli's second on this Illinois Tech team in assists this season, averaging about 3 a set, and there's an easy point for Parker Rings. And given Rings' numbers, you can understand why Illinois Tech expected a set there from Rings, averaging about 8.5 assists per match. He's got 15 already today and picks up the easy point there. Here's Schultz in an 18-16 Illinois Tech lead. Johnson, late. Thomas, back line Harris, and looked like Matos may have dug that out, but apparently hit the court, so it's 18-17 now. MSOE playing a cleaner second set here. 9 kills, 6 errors in set 1. 9 kills, only 3 errors here in set 2, so that's why they're in this one a little bit more. 18-17, here's Leighton Riley. Hooks it a little wide, and we're all square at 18. Matthew Schultz. Henderson right at the net, and there's another easy point. This time Tommy Claus puts MSOE up for the first time today. They trailed the entirety of that first set. They've trailed the entirety of this second set. They lead here 19-18. Here's Schultz. Matos, Johnson. Harris, Johnson right at the net. He and Thomas go head-to-head. And that'll be a point for Illinois Tech. Or, excuse me, for MSOE. Making it 20-18, and the Hawks want to talk about it. They trail 20-18 here in set number 2. We're back here, second set. Illinois Tech up 1-0, but they trail here in set 2, 20-18. They won set 1 relatively convincingly, 25-15, but MSOE is out stronger here in set 2. They have a 2-point lead and the serve. Johnson, late. Riley finds some space. Breaks the run, gives Illinois Tech the serve back here down 20-19. Rings. Put over by Henderson as it blocked back to him. Johnson. Henderson will try again, and again the double team blocks Seth Thomas and Tommy Claus. Puts MSOE up 21-19. There's Parker Rings. Rings 15 assists, 5 digs already here this afternoon. Johnson, late. Riley late will pick up another kill. Give him 12, and it's 21-20. Riley will serve. His team down 1 here in the second set. That'll be an ace for Riley Lates. His first ace of the day, and we're square at 21. Late catches the top of the net. Back-to-back aces now for Riley. That's now 7 aces this afternoon for Illinois Tech, and they've retaken the lead here at 22-21, and MSOE will take a timeout. So the Hawks have rolled off 3 straight points. They're up 22-21, looking to take a 2-0 lead. Illinois Tech up 22-21 here in set number 2. They've got the serve, and we're going to take a 2-0 lead. 1 set, 125-15. 3 straight points. They're up 22-21 right here. Riley Late looking for his 3rd consecutive ace. He won't get it. Rings. Callan Harris, that's way up in the air. Johnson saves it. Matos has it blocked back, and we're tied at 22. Again, Tommy Claus, no surprise there. 3rd in the NEC in blocks per set. 51 total blocks this season for the 6'5 Claus. Ties us at 22. Jackson Phillips will serve here. Deuce is wild, 22-22, second set. Donald. Late. Matos into the net. 23-22. Phillips into the net, ties it at 23. It's the 8th service error against just 1 ace for MSOE. Illinois Tech on the other side, 7 aces, 7 errors. So Illinois Tech has controlled the service game so far. This is Haney. 2 points away from ending set 2. Rings to the front line, and that'll be set points. As Colton Farrell is there, along with some help from Paul Henderson to knock it back. It's 24-23. And he's looking to end it right here, 24-23, set 2. And he puts it into the nets, 24-24. Let's see, looked like maybe put a little bit more behind that, and a little too low, so we're squared at 24 again. And now Claus. Donald, Johnson, Henderson, blocked out of bounds. 25-24, set point again for Illinois Tech. Paul Henderson will serve here. That'll be kill number 7 for Paul. Only averages about 1.2 kills per set. He's already got 7, almost a set-ending ace right there. That's popped up in the air. Donald, Johnson, Henderson, and that is set 2 for Illinois Tech. Paul Henderson picks up his 8th kill, and the Hawks take set 2, 26-24. Illinois Tech will look for the sweep on the other side. They're up 2-0. We're back for set number 3. Illinois Tech up 2-0, 25-15 in the first set, 26-24 in that second set. That was a good rebound by Illinois Tech. They were down 20-18 in that second set, called a timeout, and went on an 8-4 run to finish set 2 and take a 2-0 lead. Riley Late, 12 kills through 2 sets. Paul Henderson has 8. Elijah Johnson with 20 assists. Matos 8 digs, Johnson 7. And on the other side, Callan Harris with 7 kills, Seth Thomas with 6. 15 assists for Parker Rings to go along with 5 digs. Here is Parker Rings. Matos back to Donald. Put over by Komodo. Free ball here for MSOE. Rings right at the net. Matos with another dig. Johnson, Late, blocked back, dug out by Donald. Johnson, Late again, able to save it. It's put over by Matos. Good rally here. Rings, Harris, Henderson, Matos. Late from the front line, off the heel of his hand, puts it into the bottom of the net. And MSOE will take a 1-0 lead here in set number 3. Rings will serve again. Matos, right to the net. Johnson and Harris get tied up. Matos, Komodo hooks it long. 2-0 MSOE. Not a bad idea from Jelani, just a little too much on it. Put it past the end line. Rings with his 3rd straight serve here. Matos, Johnson, Henderson. Punched up in the air by Harris, and there's a kill for Tommy Claus. So MSOE coming out strong here in set 3. They're up 3-0. MSOE right towards the nets, and that'll be a point for Illinois Tech. An official, I think, saying that MSOE was into the nets. Head coach Shane Reed asking for clarification, but it's 3-1. Rings, Donald, Thomas. That's pushed over by us. That tight angle goes wide, and it's 3-2. A tight angle shot from the far side. There's Elijah Johnson. Elijah looking for that first ace. He has 24 on the season. Not this time. That will find the back corner off the right hand of Callan Harris. 4-2 MSOE. Jackson Phillips will check in and serve. Front line Johnson, now Late, Riley Late with the bomb, and it's 4-3. Late a baker's dozen, 13 kills for the senior. And he'll get the serve right here. A good game for Riley. Give him 3 aces as well to go along with those 12 kills. Scarlet Hawks have really controlled the service game. That is ace number 8 here so far today. MSOE with just 1. Late again. Rings. Harris. And that's, I think, called wide. That near official looked for some help, and he got it, and Scarlet Hawks are up 5-4 here in set 3. Late with his 3rd straight serve. Hits the rafters, and there's nobody on the other end, 6-4. Another ace for Riley Late. Give him 4. 6-4. Oof, that one was hit well long and well wide by Riley. Make it 6-5. Here's Tommy Claus. Late. Johnson. Kimono with the touch. Oh, no. I'm going to say, okay, a little bit of a late whistle there. It looked like Jelani found some space. Didn't hear much of a whistle, but play did stop, and the point goes to Illinois Tech. Now Aaron Hannian to serve. Hanny 4 aces so far today. Rings. Callan Harris drives it home. Kill number 9 for Callan, and it's 7-6. Harris will serve, the sophomore out of Wales, Wisconsin. Free ball here for MSOE. Parker Rings dumps it in between the front row and the back row, and we're knotted at 7. Here's Harris again, into the net. Service error number 9 for MSOE, and it's 8-7 Scarlet Hawks here in set 3. Paul Henderson will serve now. Tipped over, saved by Henderson. Johnson, Matos. Raul with the points, and the Hawks are up 9-7. For Raul, kill number 3 today. Henderson again on the serve. Paul looking for that first ace. Almost gets it there. Nice save. Rings. That is Kuban who gets the points. Gregory Kuban for MSOE brings them within a point at 9-8, and Seth Thomas will come back in for the Raiders. Here is Gregory Kuban on the serve. Just over the top of the net, dug out by Donald. Pushed over, and there's a point for Illinois Tech. Caught MSOE a little off guard there, maybe. 10-8. Now Matos. The kill will go to Farrell on that last point. Matos' serve long. That's his 3rd service error of the afternoon. Now Matthew Schultz to serve. Henderson to Johnson to Farrell, and that'll be a point for Illinois Tech. Farrell out, Sherman in. Sherman will serve. So it's 11-9, Hawks with the lead. Sherman gets it over. And Matos and Sherman. A little bit unsure there as Seth Thomas gets the kill and the point, making it 11-10. There's Rings on the serve. Johnson knocked back into Komodo. Now Henderson from the back line, tipped up. Zipke. Callan Harris, long and wide. 12-10 Hawks. There's Johnson on the serve. Rings to Seth Thomas, who spikes it into the hardwood, and it's 12-11. Thomas kill number 8. Only had 5 kills on Wednesday, Seth Thomas. 5 kills, 3 blocks against Wisconsin Lutheran. 7 kills so far here this afternoon. There's Phillips on the serve. Matos to Johnson, to Lates. Saved by Harris. Pushed over by Kuban. Donald. Henderson tries to find some space. Kuban again. Back to Donald again. Johnson. Matos. Saved by MSOE nicely. Punched up by Donald. Johnson again. Henderson tries to find space. Kuban is there. Now Rings. Now Callan Harris puts it long. That long rally ends in a point for the Hawks. They're up 13-11. Here's Riley Lates. Riley with 4 kills already today. Harris gets another chance, and this time he finds the hardwood. 13-12, Illinois Tech. Scarlet Hawks looking for the sweep. 25-15, 26-24, the first 2 sets. By a point here in the third. That will go long as Alec Donald puts the hands up, pulls them back. That'll be another service error, number 10 on MSOE this afternoon. Scarlet Hawks also have 10 service errors, but they have 9 aces to go along with it, so they're evening that out a bit. Here's Aaron Haney. See if Haney can run off another 4 or 5 point run like he had in set 1. Rings gets to it, finds Callan Harris, and Harris picks the back corner and brings MSOE back within a point again at 14-13. For Harris, that's kill number 11. And now he'll serve. Matos to Johnson to Henderson, and Paul Henderson picks up the point as that deflects off a Raiders' hand. 15-13 now. Henderson to serve now. Paul's got 3 service errors today. Here's Henderson. Matos partially blocked and then put into the net by Parker Rings. So the Scarlet Hawks put a little bit of space between them and MSOE here in the third set. They're up 16-13. Paul Henderson getting ready to serve again. Good match for Paul. He's got 9 kills, 5 digs. Rings gets met at the net by Matos. Johnson to Farrell, and Colton Farrell with the kill. Puts the Hawks up 4 here in the third set. 6th kill of the day for Colton Farrell. And MSOE is going to take a timeout here, down 17-13 in the third set. Illinois Tech looking to knock off the unbeaten in NACC play MSOE Raiders. The NACC conference sort of bunched up at the top right now. Aurora, Benedictine, and MSOE all 4-0. Dominican and Illinois Tech just a game behind at 3-1, so this could be a big win for Illinois Tech if they can finish this one off, but they still got some work to do, and Callan Harris is going to make this as hard as possible for the Scarlet Hawks as he picks up another kill. Brings his team back within 3 at 17-14. Gregory Kuban with his team down 3. Donald to Johnson to Henderson, and Paul Henderson with another kill. He's in double digits, and the Hawks have regained the 4-point lead at 18-14. Now Raul Matos to serve. Callan Harris is into the nets. Or no, Illinois Tech is into the nets. So be a point for MSOE, 18-15. MSOE just going to number 2 time and time again here in the third set. It's up to 12 kills, has his team within 3 at 18-15. This is Matthew Schultz on the serve. Late taps it over. MSOE will get an opportunity. Callan Harris again. Give him 14 kills now. The season high, as I mentioned, his last match was 17 against Wisconsin Lutheran. He's closing in on that number here. He may need a fourth set in order to get there, but closing in. His team's now down 2. Johnson to Farrell. The other way. Callan Harris again. Right at the nets, and that's pushed down by Claus to 18-17. And Hawks now. And Illinois Tech will take a timeout as MSOE, fresh off their timeout, playing with a little bit more energy. They're down by 1 here in the third set. (18-17) here, third set. Raiders have climbed back within a point. They were down 4. This will be Schultz. Johnson to Farrell. At the net. Rings will push it wide. Illinois Tech back up 2 at 19-17. Sherman and Jelani Komodo will check in, and it looks like Sherman will check in to serve. Eli Sherman. Tipped over by Thomas and unable to be dug out by Riley Matos. So we're back to a 1-point game here at 19-18. Parker Rings to serve for MSOE. Matos to Johnson to Late. Getting a piece of it was Claus. And that'll be deflected out of bounds, and that'll be a point. Tying it at 19 for MSOE. Tech won the first set convincingly, 25-15. Second set, 26-24. This one, 19-19. Henderson to Komodo. Good dig there by Zipke. Free ball here for Illinois Tech. Matos, Johnson, Henderson. Kuban gets a piece of it, and MSOE's going to get that ball over. It'll be a free ball for Illinois Tech. Johnson to Lates, and Riley Late. We haven't called his name much here in the third set, but that's kill number 14, and Illinois Tech is the first to 20 here in the third set. Now Elijah Johnson. Thomas puts it long, or wide rather, 21-19. Johnson with another serve. The junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, 29 aces here today. He's got 5 matches this season where he's been at 30+, so he's right there again. It's going to be right at the net. Late, finds some space. Good dig by Kuban. Blocked back, and that ball, that find the back line. I think it went little long on that block attempt for the Scarlet Hawks, so it's 21-20 now. Jackson Phillips in to serve. Matos to Johnson, to Lates, Phillips at the net, Kuban, saved there by Donald, Komodo, Henderson, Lates into the nets. 21-21. Phillips' serve goes long, 22-21. Hawks with the lead and the serve. Riley Late will do the honors here. Riley, 14 kills, 4 aces so far today. That's his 4th service error of the match, so we're tied at 22. This is Tommy Claus. Cross the line on the serve. Don't see that very often. So Scarlet Hawks up 23-22. Tommy Claus, his 4th service error. 12th service error of the game for Illinois Tech. And now Aaron Haney, just 2 points away from finishing this one off. Tipped over, and Callan Harris continues to play a really nice 3rd set for MSOE. That's kill number 16 for Callan, and we're tied at 23. Here is Harris to serve. Give him an ace. His first ace of the afternoon, and MSOE 1 point away from extending this to a 4th set. Illinois Tech's going to take a timeout. They're down 24-23 here in set 3. Illinois Tech, it's up 22-21. They're now down 24-23 here in the 3rd set. MSOE looking to push this to a 4th set. They're at set point here with Callan Harris serving fittingly. He's had a great 3rd set. And he puts it into the net. And we're tied at 24. So picks up an ace, and then on the other side of the timeout, service error tying it at 24. Paul Henderson looking for 2 points and looking to end this first game. Kuban, Gregory Kuban, gives MSOE set point. Kuban, that's his 2nd kill, and now he'll serve. Johnson, late, Free ball, Illinois Tech. Johnson again. And we're tied at 25. Colton Farrell with his 7th kill of the match. 25-25. Here's Matos now. Rings, Thomas. Matos to Johnson to Late. Riley Late gives Illinois Tech set points. Game point, rather, excuse me. Set point, match point, Illinois Tech. Timeout called here by MSOE. They are looking at match point on the other side. Raul Matos serving for the match here for Illinois Tech. Raul, 3 kills, has an ace so far today as well. Another ace would end this thing. Scarlet Hawks up 26-25 in the 3rd set. Set and match points for the Scarlet Hawks. They look to improve to 4-1 in NACC play. Here is Matos. Rings. Harris. Rings gets it up in the air, pushed over by Thomas. Now Johnson, now Late. Riley Late finishes it off for Illinois Tech. Assist number 32 for Elijah Johnson. Kill number 16 for Riley Late. Illinois Tech sweeps MSOE in the first game of this tri-match. 25-15, 26-24, 27-25. The next game will be the MSOE Raiders and the Wabash Little Giants. That'll be up here in a little bit. Illinois Tech wins game 1 in straight sets.